Hey guys, I hope you're doing great today. This is our third chapter of our Azure Fundamentals course. And today we are going to talk about Azure Management Infrastructure. Guys, if you have watched my previous lecture, you know that we have already covered Azure's physical infrastructure. In physical infrastructure, we discussed about regions, we discussed about availability zones, data centers, and how region peering works in Azure for high availability. And today we are going to learn what are the components, what is there in Azure management infrastructure. So before we get started, make sure that you subscribe. DevOps Molvi, I really appreciate your support. So, what is today's major headline? As per every lecture, we used to conclude the major headline of each chapter. So today, I would like to share that Azure Management Infrastructure helps users manage, monitor, and optimize their cloud resources. That's what Azure Management Infrastructure is all about. It helps users like me or users like you to manage and monitor our resources. But before that, guys, we need to learn about a cloud resource. What is exactly a cloud resource? So let's proceed ahead. And here it is. What is an Azure resource? Anything we create, provision, deploy is a resource. That's how simple it is. Anything we create, like a virtual machine, a virtual network, a storage account. All these are resources on Azure. A virtual machine, Azure is a resource. A database is a resource. A resource is the basic building block of Azure. Okay, that's what the most important thing that we use to launch. We are going to launch a virtual machine. It means that we are going to build a resource on Azure cloud. Okay, we already have discussed the Azure hierarchy in our previous chapter, in which we discussed that Azure Resource is the basic building block of Azure Cloud. So Azure Resource mean a virtual machine, a storage account, a virtual network, okay? And what is a resource group? As the name says, if we group multiple resources into a single group, this is known as a resource group. A resource group can have multiple resources, but it is not mandatory. A resource group can have only one resource as well. So, in other words, a resource group is the collection of multiple resources. It means that a resource group can have 10 or 20 or 30 virtual machines. A resource group can have 10 storage accounts at the same time, two virtual networks at one time. So that is collectively known as a resource group. When we create a resource, we have to place it in a resource group. That's how the hierarchy works in Azure. And a resource group can have multiple resources, but a resource like a VM can only be in one resource group at one time. Okay, so it means that one resource group can have multiple resources at one time, but we cannot replicate one resource in multiple resource groups with the same configurations, with the same specifications in multiple resource groups. Okay, all right, guys, now let's repeat the resource hierarchy in Azure again. You can see we have these building blocks, okay? Virtual machine, virtual network, application, database, and all these are grouped into a resource group. You can see a resource group can have multiple resources. A resource group can have only one resource at one time. And each resource group is attached to a subscription. A subscription can be a free trial, okay, or pay as you go subscription. And that subscription is actually bound to your Azure account, okay? So that's how the hierarchy works. We log in our Azure account, we have a subscription. For a free student account, we can enjoy the free tier, okay? And after that, each subscription can have one or more resource groups. And at the end, we create resources in every resource group. So that's how the hierarchy works. It is very important to understand. And there is still one thing that is missing, and we are going to discuss it in our next slides. So, what is a subscription? In order to create resources on Azure, we need a subscription. Okay. A subscription can be a free trial. A subscription can be pay as you go. Subscription is used to charge us. A subscription is used for billing actually. For instance, if I am launching 10 or 20 virtual machines in a single subscription, that subscription is used to charge me. That subscription is used for billing. And a subscription provides us with authenticated and authorized access to Azure products and services. I can use all Azure products in a subscription. A subscription is mandatory, and Azure subscription is linked with the Azure account for billing, just like we discussed in the earlier slide. And a single subscription can have multiple resource groups. That's what we already discussed as well. And the examples of a subscription is free or pay as you go, or we can create our custom subscriptions as well. Now, in my account, I have already I have already used the free subscription. Now I'm being charged with pay as you go. So pay as you go means that you have to pay for the resources you use. Okay, this is the simplest concept of cloud, that you have to pay for only those resources that you use. All right, I hope that you have a clear idea about the subscription now, and it is still continued. You can see the recommended practice is to create separate subscriptions according to the environment so that we have a better idea of our billing. You can see in this diagram, I have one single Azure account and I have three subscriptions, each subscription with its own name. Like we have dev subscription, test subscription, and production subscription. So for instance, if I have dev virtual machines, I will use the dev subscription. Or I have the virtual machines for my testing purposes, then I can launch my virtual machines for QA in the test subscription. And production subscription is obviously used for my production environment where I am serving my applications for the customers. So it is a recommended practice that we must categorize our subscriptions like dev, QA, production, sandbox, so that we have a better idea of our infrastructure on the cloud. So this is actually the key part of our today's lecture. What is an Azure management group? So we already have an idea about a resource group, a subscription, but on top of that, we have a management group. All right. A management group is actually the top portion of Azure Resource Management hierarchy. And we can use Azure management groups to attach to assign our back. Role-based access at the management group level means that all subscriptions, resource groups, and resources underneath that our management group would also inherit those permissions. Let me explain it more with this diagram. Actually, it is a bit confusing. What is a management group? Now you can see I have a root management group. Now you can see in root management group, I have three further management groups for each department. Now I have a human resource management group, I have an IT management group, a marketing management group, and all these management groups have their subscriptions. And in the subscription, we have resource groups and then we have resources. So this is actually the top level hierarchy in any Azure account of any IT organization. Now let's suppose that it is one big IT company with a lot of departments, with a lot of teams. So in order to manage all those teams efficiently, we must create management groups. Now in this example, you can see that I have three major departments. I have categorized, I have created management groups. These are actually sub management groups. All right. These are sub management groups under the root management groups. And each management group is attacked with a subscription. And then in subscription, we have resource groups and then we have resources. So that's how management groups works. So what is the benefit of using a management group? The benefit is awesome because if I attach one single policy with this management group, it means that it would be attached to everything underneath this management group. Let me repeat it again because it is really important to understand. If I attach any role, administrator role, or any policy with this management group, so it means that it would be applied by default to everything under that management group. It would be applied with production, with Geo Region 1, Geo Region 2, and all the subscriptions under this management group. So that is actually the purpose of creating a management group. We can apply policies, we can apply our back role-based access. Don't worry, we are going to discuss it as well in our upcoming lecture. So the purpose and the core function of management group is to manage the resources as well, but also we can apply policies, roles to a single management group, and it would be inherited in every sub management group or resource group or subscriptions, and also with the resources. So that is what I have written here, that assigning Azure R back at the management group level means that all subscriptions, resource groups, and resources underneath that management group also inherit all those permissions. For instance, if this IT group has the full administrator role attached to it, it means that all the sub management groups and subscriptions and resource groups will have that administrator access. So that's how we can use management groups to attach policies or bags, and those policies and role based access is inherited underneath every management group. So that is the overview, a general overview of a management group in Azure. And also, guys, there is also one important thing to understand. We can directly attach subscriptions to the root management group. And obviously, it is understood that the top management of that IT company will have the access to the root management group. The IT department will have the access to the IT resources, and that's how we can organize our infrastructure, we can secure our infrastructure, and also we can use proper authorization and authentication so that any employee in our IT company can use the resources on Azure. So that's it for today's lecture, guys. I hope that you have a clear picture of Azure Management Group. We discussed what is a resource. A resource can be a virtual machine. And we have already covered resource groups in our previous lecture of Azure Physical Infrastructure. We discussed subscription, which is used for billing and also for authorization and authentication. That's how Azure charges us. Azure uses subscription for billing, for charging its customers. And after that, we discussed the key important part of Azure Management Group. Azure Management Group is actually the top level hierarchy in Azure, and that's how we must use this hierarchy for proper and organized infrastructure on Azure. So, uh, I will see you in our next lecture of Azure Portal, and we are going to navigate and see how Azure Portal looks like. I will see you in the next lecture. Have a good one. Bye.